Greetings and salutations. I'm Calvin, and you're watching Low Key Cal. Well, we made it. 2025. What a year it has been. Suffice to say, this has been a crazy year, both as a whole in the world, but also in my personal life. So I'm going to be going over specifically how my year has been, both personally and also for the state of this channel. Let's start with the biggest moment so far this year. I graduated. I officially am a college graduate. I graduated cum laude from Drexel University with a Bachelor's of Science in Environmental Science, a minor in Graphic Design, and an intermediate Spanish proficiency certificate. It's been 6 months since then, and it still boggles my mind that I'm officially done with college. Like, cause you spend your entire life just in school, just knowing only your surroundings as your school and your classmates. It was kind of like that with being in college, except, you're still a student, so you're just seeing your classmates and other college students. But now, man, I'm a full on adult. It's crazy to think about. Like, 2026 is really going to be my first full year as a full on adult, and it's definitely been eye opening, man. Drexel was definitely it was rough at times. That senioritis was getting me, especially the quarter system. I'm so glad they're finally changing that. And like I just talking to my friends who are still at Drexel finishing their senior years, because I decided to do 4 year instead of 5 year. So the people that I started Drexel with are still there. I talk to them, and it just makes me feel even better about doing 4 year, because yeah, it's definitely different not seeing them all the time and not being in those spaces as much as I used to be. But at the same time, I really just love and enjoy the freedom that I now have. It's amazing, and I look forward to having a full year of said freedom in 2026. Like, being an alumni now, I've really realized just like how much I've missed out on, from just being in classrooms and just studying and researching all day, just all the different cool things about this being in Philly, just all of the after being out of school, I've realized like everything that I've just been able to do now that I finally have the time, that I'm not being weighed down by assignments or exams. It's just so nice. Don't get me wrong, I of course miss seeing my friends, and even with how much of a pain in the ass Drexel has been at times, I don't regret going there, honestly. I've had a lot of great opportunities. The staff in my department were great. I've made lifelong friends there that I will definitely keep in touch with. And overall, I'm glad I did it. Another big thing for me this year is this was definitely the year of traveling. I went to 3 states for the first time this year. Went to Orlando, Florida back in January for the ENC conference. I went to Houston, Texas for DreamCon for the first time. And I went to Seattle, Washington for the first time for the Frontiers in Ornithology Youth Symposium. I realize only one of these 3 places I have uploaded the vlog for. I will certainly get to that, I swear. But it was just, all of these were very eye-opening experiences, definitely. Man, I just feel like as a young person, it's definitely made me want to just travel more in the US and just seeing what all the other states have to offer, because each state, it just seems like it's its own like separate country with its own way of life and people. Definitely want to go back. Not necessarily Florida, but I'll admit the weather was nice. I'll give y'all that. I'll definitely go back to Texas. I'm thinking of possibly going back maybe next year, actually, see how that ends up going. Maybe not for DreamCon, but for something else that I will be getting into later in this video. I'll definitely go back to Seattle, man. It was lovely up there. Such a lovely, just grand, big city. And I was only able to do a fraction of the things that I wanted to do. It was just great. I've just been putting together a list of all the other states and the cities that I eventually want to go to, and hopefully I'll be able to go to some of them next year. We'll see what happens. We'll see what God allows to happen, honestly. Music this year has been great. Going to concerts, man. I love going to concerts and live performances and that sort of thing. And I went to a decent amount this year. No, I was not able to see my GOAT Kendrick, and I wasn't able to see Tyler. But I did see Nas perform Illmatic with the symphony orchestra. That's my GOAT, personally. That was incredible. I got to see Smino for free, thanks to UPenn, because of course UPenn gets all the nice things. I got to see Freddie Gibbs and the Alchemist for Alfredo. Technically both Alfredo and Alfredo 2 songs that they performed. That was awesome. Got to see McKinley Dixon and get a signed poster and a signed CD and get to talk to him with the friend that put me on to McKinley Dixon. That was great. I got to see the producer Mind Design that one of my friends was telling me about. That was great. And dude, bro, the music this year, especially hip hop, it was going off, man. I don't even know where to begin. I swear, after 2023, 50th anniversary of hip hop, all the rappers were just like, you know what, 2024, we're gonna lock in, Kendrick versus Drake. Then this year was also incredible. Starting off with Joey Badass, literally New Year's Day, starting in war with the West Coast and having that continue on for several months. Joey Badass versus the West Coast. That's personally what I wanted Kendrick versus Drake to be, and I was able to get it. Some nice MCs rapping against each other. No drama, nothing getting nothing getting too out of proportion. But yeah, that was incredible, man. Clips's generational album rollout for Let God Sort 'Em Out, easily album of the year. I'm not gonna lie, prior to this year, I didn't even know about Clips. In my defense, they hadn't made an album since '09. I didn't even know Malice was a rapper because he hasn't dropped since 2010. I just... Sue me, I just didn't know. And now I'm regretting not knowing sooner, because this is obviously one of, if not the album of the year. I got it on CD. Easily one of my top albums played. 10 out of 10. Can't go wrong. It's just them. This whole thing about rap being a young man's sport, I know that whole debate going on, but then Pusha T and Malice at the ripe ages of being in their late 40s, early 50s, show that the old school, the older rappers still got it. And in that note, we have Wu-Tang Clan popping off with the Wu-Tang Clan tour. That's another tour I went on. I got to see them in Newark, Run the Jewels as an opening act. Lauryn Hill was there, surprisingly. She actually showed up on time. Mary J. Blige was there. Incredible. Raekwon dropping. Ghostface Killah dropping. Man. And Nas, with the generational run this year, all of his features with Slick Rick, with the Big L album that we finally got, with Raekwon, with his own album, with DJ Premier, with Clips. It's been incredible. I've been loving it's just so much. The Alchemist, another generational run. How many projects has this man done this year? We have the Yasin Bey album, which I'm still waiting on. We have the album with Erykah Badu, also still waiting on. The album with Larry June and 2 Chainz, Life is Beautiful. We've got Alfredo, we got Freddie Gibbs with Alfredo 2. We have the album with Arm& Hammer, the album with Hit Boy, the album with Mobb Deep, him doing some of the tracks for that. I could go on and on. I'm just going to stop with that. Generational Run better get Producer of the Year. In terms of my favorite albums this year, towards the start of the year, I would have said Life is Beautiful with Larry June, 2 Chainz, and The Alchemist. But as we got to the later half of the year, when Alfredo 2 dropped, and with Let God Sort 'Em Out dropped, I would have said Alfredo 2. Or Let God Sort 'Em Out. I personally still think that the original Alfredo is better, but Alfredo 2 was a very worthy sequel. And now that we're towards the end of the year, man, I would still say Alfredo 2, Let God Sort 'Em Out. This Arm& Hammer album, Mercy, with The Alchemist, I need to listen to them more. The Red Veil album was incredible. I'm going to definitely see him on tour next year. Navy Blue album that came out, I definitely want to listen to him more. I love me some jazz rap easily. The De La Soul album, man, that was great. That was awesome. I said this to my friends, but De La Soul dropping felt like when Simba returned to Pride Rock. That's the feeling it felt like when we got a new De La Soul album. Honestly, it was just so needed, especially nowadays with how the state of the world is. I didn't even, bruh, there's still so much more. There's still Danny Brown album was great. Jid is back. Chance the Rapper is back. I really could just keep going, man. I might make a separate video about this, maybe, perhaps, but at this point it's probably too late. Who knows? Another thing for me is, after I graduated, I did 5 months as a Pennsylvania Outdoor Corps member, the Student Conservation Association, and it was honestly the best work experience I've ever had. I loved it. I loved being outside. I loved the crew that I was with. I loved seeing the different parts of Pennsylvania, seeing that it's not like the middle of nowhere. There's actually people all over the state. It's crazy. And it was a great time. I'm so grateful to have even gotten that opportunity after graduating. And I mean, I just uploaded the vlog for the job retreat back in September, but it was honestly a great time. I've also, now that I'm done with Drexel, I've been being a lot more physically active. I mean, my job was already pretty physically active, but going to the gym more on the weekends, following a schedule with that. I've also been trying to keep my financial knowledge in check, keeping that organized, watching videos about it, getting books, keeping track of my expenses. I got a few more credit cards, so just take advantage of those, but I'm going to try being as responsible as I can be. I went to a lot of conventions this year. The major ones, I went to BlurredCon again. I'll definitely be going back next year. I went to DreamCon for the first time. That was incredible. I went to Anime NYC for the first time. Even though it was only for 1 day, it was incredible. Otaku Fest in Philly. J1Con in Atlantic City, and a couple more that I probably can't even think of, but it's been awesome. Just going into these nerdy spaces, meeting other like-minded people, and just networking and making lifelong friends, seeing all these cool people in this community. I love it, and I'm definitely looking forward to doing more of that next year. Speaking of conventions and communities, I want to give a shout out to all the major communities that I've joined this year and last year. Last year, I joined Nerd Wednesdays and HAG. They've both been great. This year, man, Otaku Arcade, DLC, Blurred Lines, and most recently Class 4C. Each of these communities has made me really feel like home amongst other nerds, amongst other black nerds specifically. Both locally, like in my area, but as well as just in the United States as a whole. And I look forward to hopefully running into them again next year. I was able to meet some of them at DreamCon specifically. For the local communities, Blurred Lines, and HAG, and Nerd Wednesdays. I've been able to go to their events in Philly, New Jersey area, but hopefully next year I'll be able to see them. Planning on going out into Texas again next year to see Otaku Arcade. Hopefully that ends up going into fruition. In terms of content for this channel, I'm definitely going to try and be a lot more consistent. I know I said basically this whole year that I would try to upload stuff as soon as I can, and that's definitely, I definitely did not keep up with that promise, because man, I still have so many vlogs from this year 2025 that I still want to do and just finish doing, and it's just been, before the reason would be Drexel, because that took up all my time, but now that I'm out of Drexel, it's made me appreciate actually having more free time. And now with that, it's like, oh my gosh, I can actually do all the things that I want to do, all the games that I've wanted to play, the events that I've wanted to go to, movies and shows. So now just properly using that time that I have. And plus, with video editing, I can't multitask with it. You gotta put your whole attention into it, which is part of why it's taken me so long. Because with the stuff that I've been recording for each vlog, it's a lot of footage. And the more footage there is, the harder it is for me to want to start doing it. When it comes to uploading stuff on a time limit like this, wanting to get this out before the end of the year, it's definitely kicked me into maximum overdrive with actually doing these on time. So there's definitely going to be more stuff uploaded on time for next year. I can assure myself of that. I've gotten a lot better with this. For the channel, crazy. We've gotten it up to 51 subscribers, which, you know, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot, but imagine 50 people saying that they enjoy your content. I'm so incredibly grateful. Next year, I'm gonna aim for 100, but of course, if I want that, I'm gonna need to be more consistent. So next year, that's definitely going to be one of my biggest things with this channel, just being more consistent. If you follow my Instagram, which you definitely should, you would notice that I've been posting a lot more shorts on the channel and just being more active on it. If you follow my Instagram, which you definitely should, you've noticed that I've been posting a lot on it. A lot of just Instagram reels and posts and being more active on it. And they've been doing much much better than I thought they would. Like hundreds of views, thousands of views, and it's like, wow, this is pretty cool. Plus I'm gonna be doing that a bit more. Probably gonna be clipping my videos as well as just making short form content in general, because honestly I enjoy doing it. It takes significantly less time and results in a nice short entertaining video that's easy for me to make and easy for you to watch. So I'm gonna try doing more of that in the future as well. Another thing I should mention is that since I'm now 23 and my birthday was on the 23rd of December, that technically means this is going to be my golden year. So that off the rip means that 2026 is going to be a great year for me. I'm looking forward to it overall. I have a strong feeling this channel is gonna amount to great things, whether it's next year, the year after that, or even onward. I just feel like things are going to be good. I definitely want to be more active here, and I'll make sure to do that. I've spent a lot of time on this website that is YouTube, watching other people's content, and as I'm doing that, it just makes me want to start creating myself, and that's what I hope to do, and that's what I'm going to do. So thank you all for watching. Thank you for following me these past few years. I look forward to what 2026 has in store, and I will see you guys next time. Sayonara.